All right, let's dive into the wonderfully chaotic world of Horrid Henry's Christmas cracker. We're about to meet a boy who is, well, pretty famous for being horrid. And we're going to see just how he turns the entire holiday season completely upside down.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by getting to know Horrid Henry himself. Then we'll watch the school play totally fall apart, dig into his sneaky plans for getting presents, survive a Christmas lunch that's a complete disaster, and find out if this horrid boy can actually save the day. First things first, let's meet the star of our show, Horrid Henry, and his little brother, who you'll see is his total and complete opposite. I mean, just look at how different these two are. On one side, you've got Horrid Henry. He loves making trouble, he's pretty selfish, and he's sure he's the best at everything. And then you have Perfect Peter. He's always good, always kind, and, let's be honest, kinda boring. While Peter thinks it's better to give than receive, Henry is all about the presents. Okay, so this is where our story really gets going, at the school's annual Christmas play. And you can probably guess, Henry is absolutely convinced that he has to be the star of the show. The second his teacher, the very scary Miss Battleaxe, announces the play, Henry just knows he deserves the lead role. While all the other kids are yelling out parts they want, Henry just screams it. He has to be Joseph. But then, disaster. Miss Battleaxe gives the biggest part, the role of Joseph, to his little brother, Perfect Peter. Can you imagine? Henry is absolutely furious. He feels like he's been punched. And instead of being the star, he gets this tiny little part, the innkeeper. Now at first, Henry's thinking, okay, the innkeeper, that could be cool. He's picturing himself singing, maybe dancing, having a big dramatic argument on stage. But then he looks at his script and sees the horrible truth. His entire part, his one and only line, is a single word. No. That's it. Oh, but Henry is not gonna let this go. No way. He feels totally insulted. So he thinks, if my part's too small, then I'll just have to make it bigger myself. And that's when he gets what he thinks is a truly spectacular idea. And it's all about changing that one little word. So, it's the night of the play. All the parents are in the audience. Perfect Peter walks up to Henry and says his line. But instead of saying no, Henry looks him right in the eye and says, yes, come on in. Just like that, he rewrites the whole story. And from that moment, it's just pure chaos. He pulls Mary and Joseph into his inn, starts a big argument with them, and then, out of nowhere, starts singing 10 Green Bottles. He absolutely refuses to get off the stage until Miss Battleaxe literally has to drag him away. In his head, of course, he was the real star of the show. Okay, so the play was a total disaster. But Henry's not done yet. He's moving on to his next big Christmas plans. He's got two big problems to solve. First, what to give people for presents, and second, how to make sure he gets the presents he actually wants. So here's Henry's first big problem. Christmas is right around the corner, and he hasn't gotten a single present for anyone. He thinks buying gifts is just a waste of money, plus he doesn't have any money to waste, so what's a horrid boy to do? He comes up with another brilliant plan. He'll just give people things he finds. So for his parents, some mean poems. For his grandparents, a pile of old comics. For his super clean cousin Polly, he finds her a used bar of soap. He even gives an old rag to his baby cousin and just quickly draws a bunny for Peter. Yep, problem solved. Right, now for the important stuff, his presents. Henry is really worried. See, last year, Santa brought him a bunch of boring stuff instead of the giant water gun he asked for. He is not going to let that happen again. His plan is simple. He's going to ambush Santa, trap him with his goose shooter, and just take all the best presents for himself. But of course, the plan goes completely wrong. He sneaks downstairs, but gets distracted by all the chocolates on the Christmas tree and eats every single one. To hide what he did, he just piles on tons of decorations. So many that the tree starts to groan and then, clash, it falls right over. He makes a run for it, but he runs straight into his own traps and gets tangled and soaked. So it's finally Christmas Day. But the chaos isn't over yet, right? Not even close. In fact, things are about to go from really bad to so much worse. When it's finally time to open presents, Henry is so disappointed. I mean, he gets some okay stuff like some money and some toy nights,
But he also gets really boring things, like gloves and a dictionary. And the one thing he wanted more than anything, the Zopatron hip-hop dinosaur, it isn't there. He is so mad. Then comes Christmas lunch, and it is just a complete catastrophe. First, the turkey isn't cooked. Then, Grandpa's paper crown catches on fire. And just when they finally sit down to eat, spiders start crawling out of the decorations. And for the grand finale, the glass dish with the potatoes in it literally explodes, sending glass all over the food. So the food is completely ruined. Everyone is just sitting there, sad and hungry. It really feels like Christmas is a total failure. But then, the most unlikely person you could ever imagine has an idea that just might save the entire day. I mean, really, just picture it. The turkey's a mess, the potatoes have exploded, everyone is starving, and their big Christmas meal is completely gone. What in the world are they supposed to do now? And this is the moment. This is where a truly horrid idea turns out to be the absolute best idea. It's Henry who shouts it out. Forget the turkey, let's just eat Christmas pudding and pizza. And you know what? Everyone loves the idea. His dad says it's brilliant. Grandpa immediately asks for a sausage pizza, and just like that, everyone is happy and laughing again. They all dig into their pizza and pudding, and it turns out to be a very, very happy and very horrid Henry Christmas after all. You know, this whole wild story kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's really more important for a happy Christmas? Trying to make everything perfect? Or just being able to enjoy a great pizza when things go wrong? It seems like sometimes the biggest messes can actually make the best memories. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.